She stormed across my driveway like she owned the street, finger pointing, phone already up to her ear. "That's my car. He stole it. He's opening my garage right now. Send the police." I froze, standing in front of my own garage, holding the remote. The door had just creaked halfway up when she came yelling like a maniac. Her name's Tracy, but the whole neighborhood calls her HOA Karen behind her back. Blonde bob cut, fake smile, clipboard in one hand, trouble in the other. I looked at her, confused. "What the hell are you talking about? This is my car." She laughed like I was stupid.
Out.
Lie. "That red Mustang? I just bought it yesterday. I saw it parked outside, and then it vanished. Now, I know where it went." I blinked. "Lady, that car's been in my garage for 2 weeks. I got it off an online auction in Texas. Want the receipt?" But she wasn't listening. She turned the camera on me, narrating like she was some Netflix documentary host. "This man stole my vehicle. He's hiding it in his garage, and now he's threatening me." I hadn't moved a muscle. But the neighbors had started, peeking out. Some even came out with coffee cups like it was a morning show. And right on cue, the sirens echoed down the block. She waved her arms like she was guiding in a plane. Over here, over here." 2 cops stepped out. I recognized one of them, Officer Daniels. He looked at me with a face that said, "Not again." Karen wasted no time. "That's the car. The one I reported stolen." Daniels sighed. "Ma'am, please calm down, sir. Can you prove ownership of the car?" I didn't flinch. "Absolutely." I walked back inside calmly, grabbed a thick envelope, and handed it over. Title, auction. Receipt, VIN number, matched the whole deal. Karen snatched the papers midair and stared at them like they were fake. "No, this is a trick. He photoshopped this. I saw that car at a dealership last week." Daniels raised an eyebrow. "So, you saw it? You didn't buy it?" She hesitated. "Well, no, but I told the guy I wanted it. That counts." Silence. Then Daniels chuckled, shook his head, and turned to me. "You're good. Sorry for the mess, sir. Karen wasn't done. You're making a mistake. I'm on the HOA board. He's got violations. He parks wrong, his grass is dead, and he never filed a garage inspection form." That last one made everyone stare. "Garage inspection form?" Someone muttered from the sidewalk. Daniels gave her a look. "Ma'am, that's not a thing." But her eyes had shifted. Not on the car now. On me. It's like I was hiding something bigger. Something she needed to dig up. And I could feel it. This wasn't over. The next morning, I stepped outside to grab the newspaper. Yeah, old school like. They'd nearly tripped over a bright orange notice taped to my front door. Immediate violation. Unauthorized vehicle storage. $1,200 fine. HOA board. Decision, non-negotiable. I stared at it, stunned. No logo, no signature, just a ridiculous demand. And in tiny print at the bottom, signed, Acting President Tracy W. I laughed out loud. She'd promoted herself again. I peeled it off and headed toward her house 2 doors down. Her blinds shifted when I walked past. Of course she was watching, but I wasn't stupid enough to knock. Instead, I snapped a photo of the fake notice and sent it to the real HOA president, Mr. Barnes. He replied in under 5 minutes. "She has no authority to fine you. Disregard, I'll handle it." But Barnes was 74 and recovering from surgery. Handle it probably meant write a strongly worded email. Later that day, I checked my garage camera feed just to be sure she hadn't messed with anything again. That's when I saw it, a man in a blue hoodie, face half covered, creeping up my driveway at 3:17 a.m. He didn't touch the car. He slipped something under the garage door. I ran out to look. Nothing. But when I pressed the wall panel, the garage door jerked, and then got stuck halfway, groaning like it was being forced open sideways. She sabotaged it. My phone buzzed again. Time a voicemail from a neighbor I barely talked to. "Hey, just wanted to give you a heads up. Kren's been telling people your car's stolen from a dealership she's in talks with. And now she's saying she's organizing a vote too. Have you evicted from the block for safety reasons?" Evicted? Over a car she never owned. That night, things got worse. A tow truck pulled into my driveway around midnight. No warning, no paperwork. Just blinkers flashing, and a guy hopping out like he knew exactly what he was there for. I opened the window. Get the hell off my property. Looked up. You called for a tow, right? Does it look like I did? He scratched his head, checked his clipboard. I got an anonymous request. Said the car's not registered. Does the VIN say that? I asked. He checked, then muttered something under his breath and got back in the truck. I watched as he drove off slowly, like someone told him not to leave too quickly. Inside, I sat at the kitchen table, trying to piece it all together. Fake fines. Sabotaged garage. A midnight tow attempt. She wasn't just annoying anymore. She was planning something, and I had a feeling she wasn't working alone. By morning, the neighborhood group chat was buzzing. Someone had posted a blurry photo of my car with the caption, "Stolen vehicle? Why's this still here?" The comments exploded. Half were people confused. The other half stirred up fear. In judgment, thought this was handled. Did anyone call the cops again? Why isn't the HOA taking action? Then Tracy chimed in. Working on it. Can't say much for legal reasons, but he won't be here much longer. That last line hit hard. Like she knew something I didn't, so I made a decision. I took the day off work and started pulling files, emails, HOA records, sale documents, camera backups. Every little thing that proved the car in this house was mine. Then I reached out to someone I hadn't talked to in years. My cousin, Nina. She works for the state DMV fraud division. I told her everything, sent over the footage, the false notices, the tow attempt. Her reply came fast. This isn't just harassment. She's breaking multiple state laws. Let me dig. A few hours later, she called. Okay, listen, that red Mustang? There's a dealership report filed just yesterday. Someone called in a fake theft report on it, said it was missing from their lot. What? But I bought it from Texas. No, and that's in the system. But the report says the car magically reappeared here in your town with no purchase trail. Total fabrication. Whoever filed that knew exactly what they were doing. Tracy, I said, bingo, but here's the bigger issue. She used an old dealer's ID code that's been inactive since 2019, meaning someone gave her access. Or she had it. It all made sense now. She wasn't just angry. She was framing me, building a paper trail to make it look like I was hiding a stolen car in plain sight. Later that evening, as I was watching the camera feed, a white sedan pulled up slowly outside my house. A guy stepped out, clean-cut, leather folder in hand. He walked up and knocked like he had all the authority in the world. Mr. Malik? He asked. Yeah. He flipped open his folder. I'm Detective Sanders, Auto Theft Division. We've received a report involving a stolen vehicle possibly linked to this address. There it was. She'd escalated it. I stepped aside and motioned toward the garage. Go ahead, let's clear this up now. He scanned the car, the documents I handed over, even double-checked the VIN himself. 20 minutes later, he closed the folder and looked at me carefully. Everything checks out.
But off the record.
Someone's trying real hard to bury you. It nodded. I know exactly who. He hesitated, then added, she also submitted neighborhood complaints against you for public disturbance and verbal threats. We're required to follow up on those too. I stared at him, dead serious. I haven't even spoken to her since the cops came the first time. He sighed. Well, you might want to lawyer up anyway. This isn't stopping. I shut the door slowly after he left. My hands were shaking, but not from fear. It's from the realization this wasn't just a nosy neighbor playing power games. This was a setup. I wasn't going to be her easy target. 2 days later, I came home to find a city violation notice stuck to my mailbox this time, an official one. It said my property was under review due to possible stolen goods storage and repeat HOA infractions. It was signed and stamped. Real badge, real department, real consequences. I stood in my driveway holding that paper, feeling every neighbor's eyes burning holes through their blinds. Tracy must have been watching too, because just minutes later she strolled by with her little dog, pretending not to notice me until she did. Oh, she gasped, clutching fake surprise. Is that a city violation? That's serious. I didn't say a word. She tilted her head, smirking. Maybe if you hadn't been so aggressive about your little car situation, this could have gone differently. And then she said it, quiet, but loud enough for me to catch. Some people just don't belong here. I stepped forward. You trying to get me arrested? She smiled sweetly. No. I just enforce the rules. You're the one breaking them. The rage in my chest was boiling, but I kept still. I needed proofs. Undeniable, career-ending proof. And that's when I remembered something. My garage camera had audio. I rushed inside, opened the footage from the night the guy in the blue hoodie came by. I listened closely. After he slipped something under the garage, whispered, she said, "This'll jam the motor for a few days." By her time, she said. My fingers flew across the keyboard. I clipped the footage, enhanced the audio, and sent it straight to Nina. Her response came back minutes later. Perfect. That's tampering, trespassing, conspiracy. She's toast. But Nina wasn't done. Also, we found something else. You're going to want to sit down. She called me again. She has a sealed record. Expunged. But someone at the department owed me a favor. Turns out your little HOA queen was charged for impersonating a city inspector in 2011. Same scam. Fake notices, threats, extortion attempts. She took a plea deal, moved states, started over. It was all clicking into place. The fake fines, the sabotage, the confident smirks. She'd done this before. I wasn't just her target, I was the sequel lead. And now I had the ammo to end this. I couldn't go public yet, not just with files, not with quiet emails or blurry videos. No, if I was going to stop her, it had to be loud, public, humiliating. She wanted me gone, and it was time. The whole neighborhood saw who she really was. Asterisk.